What's up, super creators? Today we're testing, reviewing, and spending countless hours drawing using the Canvas 16 2021. So if you are interested in what's a digital display tablet, how does it work, how do you set it up, whether this one is the perfect one for you or a totally different one, stay tuned till the end where I share my final thoughts from the review as well as the work that I was able to create using this tablet during the testing. Let's see. Ta-da! So let's talk first. What is a pen display tablet exactly? Because in my other reviews that I will link above, I have gotten so many questions in the comment section asking about what is it? How does it work? Does it work alone? Does it need to be plugged in? Can I just take it with me wherever I go? And so many more. And I'll just try to answer some of them here right now. I like to think of it as a secondary display. So let's say you have a laptop, you want a different display. You would get the secondary screen, plug it into your laptop, and voila. You can either mirror whatever's going on your laptop would show the exact same thing on your screen, or you can use them as two different screens and just have different software on each. That is my preferred way to use the tablets. I like to have my drawing software, which is Photoshop currently, open on my tablet, and then on my laptop I like to have Netflix playing or YouTube or music, or where I can keep my reference photos. The biggest difference between a secondary display and a tablet is that once you install an appropriate driver to your tablet, it becomes a drawing tablet and you can finally draw in Paint using it. So that brings us to the second point, which is it does have to be connected to your laptop or your computer, or in the case of Huion, it can actually be connected to some Android devices like tablets or phones. However, I will not be testing that because I do not own an Android device. So that being said, it has to be plugged in constantly in order to work. And before we jump into finally unboxing it, I literally can't wait. I received it yesterday and I've been waiting and I've been dying to open it, but I was just hoping I could do it in front of you guys so we can experience it together. But so before we dive into that, I wanted to let you know that this is a unit sent to me by Huion for review. However, that does not mean that I'm not able to say anything negative about it. I'm not being paid for what I say. So I'll say everything I think, and if I have any problems with this display tablet whatsoever, I will let you know so you can decide for yourself whether it's worth the hassle or not. So with that being said, let's dive right in and unbox this beauty. Alright guys, here you see the actual box for the Canvas 16 2021, the Creative Pen display, and let's open it up and see what's inside. I need to use my very specific giraffe scissors to break the seal. Oh, there you go. Time to open it up for the first time. Let's go. All right, here we have the actual tablet. Ooh. Okay, let's see what it looks like. I'm very excited. The moment of truth. Is it a beauty or not? Or a beast? And it is a beauty. There's a few scratches here. I am hoping it's from the film that we're gonna take away, but it looks really cool. I love how slim it looks, and design is just so pretty. Very reflective, but it is the film, so it's supposed to be not as reflective when I take off the film. Hello! But we'll see, we'll see. I'll actually take care of that in a bit. This is the battery-free pen PW517. It looks very beautiful, very stylish. Seems very light, so I can barely feel it in my hand. I love the look of it for sure. But of course, the most important thing is how will it perform? So I guess we'll have to see that a bit later. So we have the 10 pen nibs, and we have the pen nib remover, which is this little thing right here. And this guy is perfect for keeping your pen here, or like so. This version comes with a stand. You have to also pick whether or not you want it to have a stand. I guess it's the same one as previously in the KAMVAS 13 that I reviewed, but let's open it up and see. Me struggling on my own channel to open up stuff. Here it is. Yeah, it is the same one as before, but I do enjoy it. It's very simple. We have the user manual and it like shows you how to set it all up. So even here it says open and here it says open. So this one opens up and this one opens as well. And then we have different options how to set it up. So how low on an angle you want it. I think that's the power adapter. Some more fancy cables. This red one right here is the USB extension cable, as you can see. Then this one is a 3-in-1 cable. We have the one that plugs in into your tablet and these three. Don't worry, it's very easy to set up once you understand the basic idea. Then I have another extension cable. I didn't know it comes with two, but that's definitely super cool. Yeah, USB to USB-C cable right here. Quite a lot of cables here, but we'll figure out how to set it up in a second. And here we have the glove, the cleaning cloth, the manual, and where to download the drivers. I actually love using them. I use these gloves all the time. Then the cleaning cloth, little tiny thing, but very useful as well, where you can download the driver. And finally, the KAMVAS quick start guide. So we have two options here. The first option is to connect the pen display to your computer with 3-in-1 cable, where we can connect with USB-C to USB-C cable, and then we can also use the power cable with the power adapter if we need to. But before we do anything else, I can't wait to peel this off and see the actual screen. So let's do that oh so slowly, because I know that you also love seeing it. Well, here's that. How do I even peel this off, man? Okay, I found it. So, take two. God damn. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna do it very slowly. Here goes nothing. And look at that difference. Oh my god. That is insane. Wow. And I'm glad those were scratches on the screen protector, not this anti-glare film, which does work like anti-glare because I have a huge light pointing right here. And if I were to take my phone, for example, here's my phone, and you can see how reflective that actually is in comparison to this anti-glare film. This will make a very, very huge difference. Imagine drawing on this. Crazy. So since I gave away my USB-C to USB-C cable, I will have to go the long way. And so that would mean using the 3-in-1 adapter. So let's take a look at that. The cool thing is, usually it's okay to just use these two cables and power them into your laptop, but flashing screen of the device will indicate a low battery, in which case you need to also use the red cable. However, it doesn't have to be used in your laptop. You can also plug it into your power outlet and that should work as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing because I only have 2 available slots currently in my laptop. So this is just perfect. As you can see, we have these 2 options here. I'm sure either one will work just fine. Yeah, it's in there for good. And the USB one, the black one, right? I'm trying not to use the red one. And as soon as I did, the screen went black. There's the keyboard setup, whatever, but it's not a keyboard. And I will close it because I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, let's see if it turns on or not. It turned on. Whoo, yeah. Okay, so at the moment, we are looking at instructions and it shows us you also have installed other pen tablet driver. Please uninstall it before you install this driver. I feel like I'm not going to do that and I'm just going to install a new driver. So right now, if I use the pen, I can't use it for anything. Obviously, the driver is not set up, so it works just as a display. What I can do, however, is drag other browsers onto it. And that's what I'm going to do in order to show you how to install the driver. So here I am opening up Huion website. So I went on Huion website. Now that we go to pen display, Canvas 16 2021, and then we can hit download. That will take us to a specific driver and manual download page where we can select the product model. Then I have Mac OS and I want driver. Hit submit and it will show you all available options. For me, it shows me 2 driver versions for Mac OS. I'm going to download the latest one. All right, so here it has downloaded onto my laptop. Now I'm going to launch this driver. There is the driver installation manual. You can browse through the manual and make sure you're following it step by step so you set it up correctly from the first time. I'm going to launch the driver. Now here, I'm just going to drag this icon to my applications. Now we can open applications. And here we have the Huion tablet icon. So I'm going to double click that and open. So let's go open system preferences. And now we need to give it access for the tablet driver and the Huion tablet. Okay, so right now, as I'm doing this, my other screen, the cursor is moving, but it's moving on the other screen. So we have to adjust that. There you go. So I changed the display to display 2. I applied it, and now I'm able to work with this tablet here, and I don't have to use my trackpad from the laptop to set anything up. So we have the press keys. What I do like using is actually Bluetooth keyboard. That's something I use with my tablets because I just know the keyboard, so it's easy for me to set it up. But we can also do it here. We have 10 different options. So right now they're all undefined. Oh, there you go. If you press on it, you can adjust it. So let's do that. So for the up, I can include something like that. So it would adjust the size up of the brush. And then this one would do the brush size down. We can do like a brush maybe. As you can see, we also have like mouse button option and stuff like that. So this is all great. You can define it for yourself. Stylus, however, I always make the same. So I would choose for this one to be a space bar. And then for this one to be the eyedropper tool. For the work area, we can do monitor calibration if we wanted to. So all I have to do is press on the red dot when it shows up. So here it's supposed to be calibrated. I can see a difference in cursor and the pen. Pretty big difference. It's way lower than I would like it to be. Let's calibrate again. I'm just curious if there's some other way I could calibrate it to see if it would work or not. It is still lower than I would expect it to be. Here is the brush versus the cursor. So if I'm pressing here at the shoulder, I expect it to start at the shoulder, but it starts way lower. We'll see if it works the same way in Photoshop or not. Let's test it out a little bit. So I'm going to use a regular hard round brush. I'm going to press very lightly and then increase the pressure as I go. It's very responsive. I really enjoy the feeling. It seems very nice. Even at the very end, it just kind of disappears. Very lovely, very beautiful. Nothing weird is happening or nothing really jiggly is happening. I don't see anything crazy here. I'm actually very impressed with the line quality of this pen. It feels good to be pressing it. It feels good to be holding it. I appreciate the fact that it doesn't have too much of pulling. So you can see here, if I press, it doesn't have to bend too much. The one thing that still kind of bothers me is, of course, the fact that the cursor is kind of far from the pen. For example, I'll have a square. If I start at the line where I see it and go up, it starts over here. So it is kind of a big difference. You could get used to it and work around it, but it kind of is weird. So it is lower than the point. So I'm thinking maybe if I calibrate it and have the point lower, maybe it would work. So if I were to put the points lower, there you go. So I was able to achieve this difference by just having the points lower. Let's try again. Gonna have them even lower. Okay, there you go. Now it's perfect. So I calibrated it, and where you have the red circle and the lines, instead of pressing on the circle, I was pressing about here. And so I was able to calibrate it so it's just the way I want it. And now wherever I place the pen, that's where line is happening, and love it. There's obviously some settings you want to tweak. The more you work with it, the more you understand it. And what I'm seeing is consistency, very consistent result. There are no spaces in between, and it's just looking fabulous. It feels so good to work with. And so if I go down and I'll press harder and up lighter, let's see. So looks very good to me. It feels good to work with. And we have these lovely rotations right here. As you can see, this is a good brush for testing. It has these rotations. It shows you how the brush responds to me rotating and working with it. And now let's draw. I will leave a link to their store down below in the description so you can check it out for yourself. So for the painting today, I'm doing a study. I'm painting one of my favorite characters, Claire, from the TV show Outlander. You can watch it on Netflix and Stars. And I really, really enjoyed the whole process. I think it turned out pretty good. While you're watching the time-lapse on the left, I think it's a good time to say that you can watch the entire time-lapse in real life speed on my website, learn.yourartpath.com. My patrons get access to the time-lapse, the PSD file, and many, many other amazing files and tutorials. So check that out at patreon.com/yourartpath or learn.yourartpath.com. And so while you enjoy the quicker version of the time-lapse on the left, let's talk about some of the specifications of KAMVAS 16. So first of all, it is a 15.6-inch display tablet. It might seem confusing because it's called KAMVAS 16, but I understand why it's not called KAMVAS 15.6. That's a mouthful. So they kind of round it up, and it's a common practice here with the tablets. It has a laminated screen that minimizes parallax, so basically the distance between the tips of the pen and the drawing screen, it should be smaller. And as we saw before, we had some trouble with setting it all up, but once I kind of hacked the system, figured it out, there is almost no space in between the pen tip and the display, which is so cool. And I think that was one of the reasons why I had such a great time painting this painting, because I really felt like there is no screen in between my pen, my brush tip, and the work that I'm creating. It has a full HD IPS screen that boasts 120% sRGB wide color gamut. There are 16.7 million display colors, so we have the 8-bit color, and it just makes for a more vibrant colors and details at the end. And we have 178-degree viewing angle, so that the colors should stay pretty much the same from whatever angle you're looking at the display, and it won't be affected. They have the battery-free pen PW517, and that one utilizes a new 3.0 tech, which has a lower positioned pen nib. That is something that I was talking about right away when I noticed it. And it's supposed to bring you a lifelike experience. It also supports 60-degree tilt and 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, which is kind of the standard now, so nothing new on that front. They have 10 customizable shortcuts, as we talked about, which is super cool. It's ultra slim at only 12 millimeters, which they say on their website is great for carrying around. One more of my favorite things is that you can use it as a pen tablet or a pen display. So you just have to turn off the screen and you can sit with a straight back working away at your computer. It supports the left-hand mode. So let's give it a shot and draw a horrible drawing. I mean, well, we'll see. So if you are left-handed, what you can do is you can click rotate set 180 degrees, hit apply, and then I believe for Windows, it automatically shifts, but for us, I mean Mac users, we also need to go to your system preferences, then displays, and then for your tablet display, rotation 180 degrees. And then finally, you flip the canvas, the tablet. But you only need to do that if you are left-handed and you want to use the shortcut keys. And we confirm. You know, I've never drawn with my left hand before. That feels so weird. Wow. I feel like I'm in 2nd grade and I need to learn to draw all over again. You know when you start doing something and then you regret it? Yeah, me too. Ta-da! We can also flip the screen 270 degrees on the tablet and the laptop, and we have this very long surface to work with. Could be very fun for portrait drawings. But if you are new to digital art and want an affordable tablet that is worth the price, I definitely think that this one is one of the best ones you could go with, because I literally had zero troubles with it and I had such a pleasant experience. I was kind of very surprised at how it went because, you know, I wasn't really putting too much hope or expectations into this tablet. But I was very pleasantly surprised. I was pretty happy with everything. So think about what will make your life easier as an artist, because whatever you buy, chances are you will spend many, many hours working with it. So it has to be the best choice, not for me, not for any other YouTuber, but just for you. So just think about what you need. So I hope this video served as an inspiration to you for what you might think the perfect tablet should be able to do and not to do, and whether or not this one would work well for you. Obviously, it had mistakes. Obviously, I had some trouble with it, right? Otherwise, connecting it and setting it up was super easy. And I loved the pen. I think the pen was actually a really good upgrade. I love the pen. It looks good, it feels good, it's super light, and it's just very nice to work with. I love the size. The size is not too small. 13 inches I feel like is a little bit too small for me. This one is a good size to get started with. And I think the most important thing for me is whether or not I am able to forget that tablet altogether and just focus on the piece. And if I'm reviewing a tablet and I always find myself frustrated or thinking about the tablet or not feeling comfortable with the tablet, then it's a big no. But with this tablet, I was able to forget that it is a new tablet. I was able to forget that I'm doing a review. I was just enjoying the painting, and I feel like that's what matters at the end. Despite some negative things that happened, I honestly believe that you can figure anything out. You can fix everything as long as you just don't give up and do your best and be a little bit creative, you know? Who said we have to press on the red dot? Who said we can't press lower or higher? We can do whatever we want as long as the outcome is what works for us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. And before you go, don't forget to join our family of super creators if you haven't already. And also watch some more of my reviews or digital painting tutorials that will pop up